Hey, good evening. Getting ready for the weekend here in Dallas, Texas. Robert Fulford Roth. It is Friday night, kind of late. Going to grill some steaks. And before I do that, I'm going to make a martini, maybe even two, to have while I'm getting ready for dinner. They always say you can never forget your first. Well, I can remember my first martini. I think I was either 28 or 29 at St. Pete's Dancing Marlin. Shout out to Pete Zotis. He made me my first martini, and I didn't even know what I was ordering. I asked for a vodka martini like the big boys drank. He poured me one. I took my first drink, and I said, "Pete, this is a shot in a fancy glass." And he said, "Welcome to the big leagues, Robert." Anyway, this is kind of my go-to drink. There's several different versions of it that people, kind of make it their way. How I like to make a martini is a little bit dry and a little bit dirty. I use Stoli vodka. You can obviously use whatever vodka you want. I also keep it in the freezer. You can tell by how frosty it is. I just pulled it out of the freezer. I've got about a handful of ice cubes in my shaker, a little bit of dry vermouth. It's key with dry vermouth. Keep this in the refrigerator. It's actually a wine, and it needs to be kept refrigerated. It'll stay longer and taste fresher. I also like garlic stuffed olives. You can use regular olives, black olives, jalapeno stuffed olives, blue cheese olives, whatever. But this is my typical makeup. So I'm going to get started. I've got a handful of ice in the shaker. I'm going to pour a couple ounces of vodka. I don't need to measure it because I've made a couple of these in the day. So I'm just going to pour this in here. The vermouth, you just need a tiny, tiny bit, like about half of a capful is what they say. So I'm literally just going to put a splash in here. Couple drops. This will last forever if you keep it in the refrigerator. And I use olive juice right from the olive jar. Some people buy olive juice in a bottle. I don't think it tastes very good, and I don't use that much. So literally just a splash of olive juice. I also like to shake it hard. A lot of people, the original martini was really stirred. It was James Bond in the 60s that made the martini shaken. Obviously, you would always order a vodka martini shaken, not stirred, and that kind of caught on from there. But the purists drink it stirred and then strained through a little short bar pitcher. I like to shake it hard, and actually bruise it. Bruising is when you actually get pieces of the ice or shards of the ice in the glass. So speaking of glass, my martini glass is here chilled. Just a little ice and water. I'm going to pour this out. Put my olive in. Give it one more good shake. Try to get it bruised. We are ready for the weekend. Cheers. All right, this is one other key thing. When you're ordering a martini at the bar, you need to get your lingo and even your sign language down when you're ordering at a loud bar. This is how I order a martini at a bar. I go, "I'd like a Stoli martini, a little bit dirty, 2 olives up." Hey, stop right there. Let's talk about dirty and what the dirt is. You may think you know what dirty is. It's not that kind of dirty, but the dirt is actually the olive juice. The olive juice kind of gives it a salty flavor. Some people like them super, super dirty where it's, almost an ounce of olive juice. I just like a little bit, but when someone says I want it really dirty or just a little bit dirty or medium dirty, what that means is how much olive juice you're putting into your shaker, which goes into your martini. Okay, you heard me say up. What up means is up in a martini glass, a traditional martini glass with no ice. If you ordered it on the rocks, it would come in a, kind of a low ball glass with ice.